I started drinking in junior high school, probably with some older people who were already drinking mostly. Started to smoke some weed at that point as well. Started being very rebellious, primarily due to my drinking and smoking weed with my parents. And at that point, school was pretty much out the window. I did go to school. I dropped out in the 10th grade. It was daily usage at that point. Things definitely weren't on the track that I wanted them to be at that point. As far as girlfriends, I was definitely not what you would consider a good friend or a good boyfriend. I found myself mistreating girls that I would date, and they would pretty much all go away. And they were all, looking back now, very nice young ladies who didn't deserve to be mistreated at all. Getting drunk and being messed up and living that way just it really spun my perception on a lot of things, and with that come along just a lot of mistreatment. So into about the 9th grade, I started getting into harder drugs. By the 10th grade, I was shooting intravenously methamphetamines, and I was one of these people. I was scared of needles, and I remember a lot of it did have to do with older people at the time. In my drinking and smoking pot, I began to look up to these older people who seemed to be having a good, awesome life. And today I know that's not the case. Anyhow, in doing that, it progressed. It progressed to where my life turned into nothing but crime, stealing, lying, cheating, every which way I could get my drug, or stay messed up in any way, shape, or form. I found myself on the run from the police, with a lot of charges, stealing charges. I was subsequently arrested at the age of 19 after a police chase ensued. I overdosed at that point, and anyway, so I ended up going to jail and into prison for 2 years. At which point I was 21. I got out for 74 days, and I picked right back up where I left off. I don't know how or why, but I did. Nothing really seemed to sink in, and so I did 2.5 more years, and then I got out for 63 days, and I did 2.5 more years, and all pretty much the same thing. I would get out and go directly to using. The last time I was incarcerated, I had a drug counselor talk to me about. He said, no matter what you do when you get out of here, you go to a meeting, and that was at the time it didn't really click, and I found myself 2 days away from the 9th Christmas. I had missed 8 in a row, and strung out again. I had been out for 2 days, and I got out December 22nd, and on December 23rd, I was strung out again. And so at that point, I called my family and asked could I spend Christmas with them if I just went to sleep and got some rest, and they said yeah. I wouldn't wish this disease on anyone, and it's certainly not. I know what it's like to be a lost young man. I remember wanting to die and just not being able to kill myself, not wanting to wake up, just wanting to just go to sleep and not wake up, and waking up and feeling the pain and knowing how I've hurt people, and knowing that when I use or drink, that is, I change, and when I'm sober, I know I'm a good person. So looking at the consequences and how that each and every night and hurts and the pain of that, I just feel like I got to the point that I lost everything that I ever had, and I feel like I've hit my bottom, and I've regained hope. Just knowing if I just stop trying to live my life my way, it will and can get better.